She led the first-generation Canadian Tibetan experience. She is currently pursuing her master's in public health at the University of Toronto. Today, she has been selected as one of the CTA's 5 under 35 Youth Idol for Canada. She is Tenzin Norzin. Congratulations, Tenzin Norzin la and tashdile.
Tashdile.
So, Tenzin Norzin la, you are now the youth ambassador for CTA's 550 vision. So, how do you feel about it?
Firstly, I would like to thank Tibettv for having me. I feel very honored and humbled to have been awarded as CTA's 535 Youth Award. I think the inception of this Global Youth Award is symbolic of the crucial role that Tibetan youth across the globe play in sustaining and furthering our Tibetan cause. So this award for me personally would be a reminder to never forget my roots and to contribute towards the betterment of our community.
So Tenzin Norzin, what brought you to 550 Forum and how important do you think the vision is?
So I learned about 550 through social media and heard about it from past attendees that it was an excellent learning opportunity to just become more knowledgeable about Tibet's history, CTA structure, current initiatives and challenges. So I think the 550 vision is extremely important, especially these days where a growing number of Tibetans are living outside of India. As such, it is very easy to feel like disconnected with the CTA. So 550 Forum provides that platform for like-minded Tibetan youth from around the world to share space, learn, engage in dialogue about our identity, provide recommendations, and to inspire youth to contribute towards our cause.
So you have volunteered at CTA through Tibet Corps. Tell us, how much aware are the young Tibetans in Canada about Tibet Corps?
There is a growing awareness about Tibet Corps amongst Tibetan Canadian youth. I personally know of only 1 or 2 Tibetans from Canada that have participated in it. So there's definitely room for more involvement, especially when you compare it to countries like US, where there are a lot of people right now.
While working at the health department in CTA, you had made a report on the prevalence of diseases in the Tibetan community. So, what measures do you think that CTA should take in order to improve the health conditions in the Tibetan community?
So as a first-year master's student, I'm still in the process of learning and specializing in the field. But from my experience and kind of the knowledge that I've gathered so far, I saw that during when I was making the report that the CTA health department was in the process of digitizing health reports. So I think this is a step forward in the right direction and that it will greatly increase ease of access, improve and promote coordinated patient care. I think it is also extremely important to assess the demography and the current health status of Tibetan population in order to better allocate resources. I think it is also really important to realize that the healthcare needs of our Tibetan people are evolving, and as such, programs that target those specific needs are necessary. There seems to be a lack of trained allied healthcare and psychological professionals. So I think CTA should invest in informing students or providing incentives for Tibetans in India in the form of, say, like scholarships or things like that to pursue fields such as like mental health counseling, substance abuse counseling, and sexual health counseling.
So how was your experience working as a Tibet Corps intern while you were here in CTA?
I think I had a really good experience. So with my supervisor, I was given a project, and all of the staff, they were really nice and very receptive and made me feel welcome. So it was overall a really positive experience for me.
Now that you have this special responsibility as a youth ambassador of CTA's 550 Vision in Canada, tell us your plans. How are you planning to carry this responsibility forward?
I think one key responsibility of being like a youth ambassador is kind of to share my experience with other Tibetan Canadian youth and encourage them to pursue opportunities such as like Tibet Corps, 550 conference, and just to engage in Tibetan activism and cultural preservation, either at your school, at your university. There are many ways to get involved. These are things that I've done previously, but they've been mostly informally. So I think having this title would allow me to reach a wider audience. And I will strive to work with local Tibetan organizations in achieving this goal. And I think I would also really like to implore Tibetan youth to contribute in whatever capacity they feel comfortable towards our cause. So it could be as simple as just like sharing a political or cultural social media post, or mentoring a younger Tibetan youth, or as like elaborate as starting a new initiative. I don't think there is a set criteria to defining activism, and that every single contribution towards preserving our identity is valuable.
Okay, thank you so much, Tenzin Norzin, for giving us your time, and all the best.
Thank you so much for having me.